of humans, Glenn Sanford and Alex Howard.
Awesome. Thank you, Stacy.
Thanks, Stacy.
All right. It's been a really interesting day already today. We've been cranking away on pushing VirBELA and eXp World, but a few weeks ago, a little bit after March 14th, I just got back from Australia. Things were going nuts on the VirBELA side because people were looking for places to work, and I ended up moving over as a chief strategy officer. So it's been pretty crazy.
It's been a joy having you here, Glenn. We need you, given all the explosive growth. We'll take all the good leadership we can get. So appreciate you coming across the world into the virtual world, and it's certainly been a pleasure working with you on a day-to-day basis these last couple months.
And we've been making a lot of changes really quickly. First one is because of VirBELA taking really this sort of center stage. We're going to talk a little bit about a number of folks and enterprises and others that are working with VirBELA now. A lot of them in the last little bit. We're actually formalizing the company to actually scale as what we refer to as an autonomous aligned organization, and with that we actually formed a board of directors as well.
Yeah, really great to have Jeff on the board of directors with us. Jeff Whiteside, there's the slide. Jeff has certainly been a mentor and a coach to me since coming over and being acquired by eXp. I think he was just getting started at that time, but been working pretty closely with him this past year, helping us grow resources, and just comes with tremendous experience and background, and certainly appreciate his support and your support in thinking how we drive this business forward. It's exciting.
Awesome. And we've grown the team quite a bit too, if I'm not mistaken.
Big time. We've grown the team. I think we've more than doubled in the past 60 days. So it definitely feels like a rocket ship. And not only is it the number of people, but the quality of people that we're adding to the team, and people with diverse skill sets. It's so fun to watch this thing come together and watch expertise come into the organization that we've never had before. Just really, really fantastic. Feel really blessed. Every stand-up that we have do hands in circle, and that circle is getting better and better. Each meeting. So it's pretty great. And actually, I think we have our new SVP of sales who might join us on stage and talk a little bit about the growth we've been experiencing the last 60 days or so.
Awesome. Yeah, Craig Kaplan, what a rock star. He's been just in the last little bit getting to work with you, Craig.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to join on board. It's a fantastic team. We've brought in lots of folks from eXp to support our growth. It's just incredible, the media attention we're getting as well as the customer attention. We're having the sales team grow rapidly while we're bringing on new customers. Literally every single hour we're bringing on new customers who are enjoying the virtual space here at VirBELA. And thanks to the eXp teams out there that are sending folks our way through the affiliate program. We're growing sales tremendously, and also the sales team. So 600% sales growth is incredible. I was previously with an organization that grew from 0 to 100 million in revenue in 6 years. Glenn and Alex are asking us to do that much faster, and I think we can do that. I think just in the last 30 days, thanks to the sales team's effort and our concierge team's effort, we've closed 9 new private campuses. So campuses just like this for new customers in just the last 30 days, and added over $2 million in pipeline to our potential for new clients coming on board. And some of these new customers are really incredible, really the who's who of the Global 2000 reaching out in the current situation to provide a virtual workspace for their employees and for their customer meetings, for their events. And so new customers include organizations like Accenture and Autodesk and Deloitte and Boston Consulting Group and Boston Scientific, and literally hundreds of new customers coming on board every single week. So it's been fantastic growth, and we're hiring some more salespeople. We're really hiring across the board. So please do send folks to our career pages and have them sign up, because we'd love to have more people on the team.
Awesome, Craig. We're so fortunate to have you in your great experience in growing a sales organization. It's been fun. I've been learning a lot from you these last few weeks. Excited to see all the new folks on the team. This graph here up on the wall shows the amount of unique users coming into our open campus each month. So you can see the last couple of months, just the skyrocket in terms of people coming in, and people are speaking all sorts of different languages in the environment. It's just incredible.
So one of the things that we've also done there, and you can see obviously the login and new users by month, but we've staffed up all over campus. So one of the things that was somewhat unique relative to VirBELA versus eXp Realty is that prior to COVID, VirBELA was somewhat located in a small development office in San Diego with a team that got together there. And obviously with COVID and everything else, we've totally not disbanded, but we've all went remote as an organization. But we've also been staffing up in world, and it's been pretty crazy. Like the concierge. The VirBELA main office is so much hustle and bustle going on. Being able to bounce into numerous people all over the organization. I know we're going to talk to a few of them, but it's been just crazy. We've got a concierge team. I know, Craig, you've got that team sort of in your org. What are some of the different people that people will run into in world?
It's really incredible. I actually ran into a CEO the other day from a previous life and was talking to him just randomly. Just yesterday, our salesperson Campbell ran into IBM Consulting as well as the McCann Group, two of the largest global organizations in the country, in the globe, just coming in to explore. 2 weeks ago, we had two CIOs of national banks in the U.S. join in, and the urgency to address this pandemic and what the future of work will look like is really hitting CEOs down, and the CIOs, chief people officers, HR teams, IT teams are all having to address this challenge, and they're looking at VirBELA, and we're taking the opportunity to really welcome them into our VirBELA world and let them reimagine the spaces that they're seeing out there. We're also staffing up the concierge team for language support, 24/7 support in VirBELA in our open campus, but also bringing in new concierge folks to also support the language needs, because we're having lots of folks coming in from South America, Europe, Asia. We have new customers from Australia, from the UK, from Spain. So it's really a global phenomenon, as we know, but they're all looking for a platform that allows them to deal with the uncertain needs of the future. And frankly, the competition out there doesn't have the robustness of a platform like this. They don't have the visual and audio advanced capabilities that Alex's team has developed over the last 8 years. So there's not a comparison out there. We have this head start against any kind of virtual worlds out there. And because of the development and the help of eXp's growth to help push our limits, we've really put together a platform that can handle whatever folks need in the future for their remote work needs.
Awesome. So speaking of developing the platform, there's a lot of art going on, Alex.
Yeah, it certainly is. We're scaling up both the engineers and the art team, and really happy to have Sheldon Brown here. Sheldon Brown is actually one of the co-founders of VirBELA, so a long history of working with us, starting at the University of California, San Diego, where he ran an experimental game lab in the Arthur C. Clarke Center for Human Imagination. He's now over the pond, across the pond at a university, but is about to join us full time. So here is Sheldon Brown. Talk a little bit about VirBELA Art.
Well, thanks, Alex, Glenn, and all of you for being here. So the art of VirBELA is developed hand in hand with the technology of VirBELA, and as we now are in this phase to support this great growth in the number of users that are coming from an increasingly diverse base of clients. And as we do that, we are adding every day new functionality to the environment while maintaining this and improving its robustness. So as you're going to see this week, we just launched our new conference and exposition center so that we can help fill the needs for large-scale events like this, but it's also those events that have come to us from new clients that can no longer hold these in the real world, and now are coming to us so that we can fill that cultural, social need for these kinds of activities. And we think that as we show them how these activities can take place in the virtual world, that even when the world gets back to some new kind of normal, this is going to be a new kind of capability that will always be a part of what that new normal ends up being. And to create this, we created this conference center really rapidly over the course, basically from the time the lockdown began to this moment. And to do that, we've implemented a lot of new design methods. And these new design methods we're using to kind of deploy across platform. And key to these kind of approaches is how we bring out and bring together all of the benefits of having this new diverse community of users, so that we can build from all those experiences to create experiences that then go out and are of benefit to everybody. So also over the coming year, you're going to see that we're revamping the avatars. They're going to have a greater range of features with increased options for diversity and inclusivity, and along with new capabilities of interacting with the world and with the other avatars. So this balance between art and technology is really the key to VirBELA's future. This is an environment that's fun, engaging, and it's an enjoyable place to be, because it is a place. I don't think you'll ever hear anybody say that about a Zoom session. Fun, engaging, and a place. Those are maybe three words that won't come up that often. But because this is a place, we want it to be a place that our clients look forward to being a part of, have fun when they're here, and frankly, once in a while, have an experience that is astonishing and takes their breath away because it's that engaging. So I look forward to what we're going to accomplish and what you're going to see at next year's Shareholders Meeting.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sheldon, and incredible work the art team is doing. If they're out in the audience or watching the live stream, big round of applause. You guys are crushing it. Same with the engineers. Really been pushing. Yeah, exactly. Really been pushing.
It might be good at the end if we got a couple minutes. We had a few questions come up about VirBELA and the art, so maybe we can pull a few folks in if we've got extra time at the end. So
great. All right.
Cool.
Thanks, Sheldon. And a little bit different art. If we go on to the next slide, a lot of people don't realize that one of our biggest customers is actually the Navy, the U.S. Navy, and they're a growing customer. So we keep getting larger contracts. We're just in the process of closing 2 additional contracts, much larger than the previous ones, because the work we're doing is being received really well by our soldiers. So we create fully immersive VR training simulations for the Navy. And the benefit of this is it allows us to be developing things that enterprise isn't ready for. We can push the bleeding edge because the military is willing to try and iterate and spend the money in this area. But it's things that are going to trickle down in a year, 2 years, 3 years. Some of the things that the military are ready for, enterprise will be ready for. So it's allowing us to diversify our skill set from an engineering standpoint, doing some really incredible things, from an immersive virtual reality experience, and continue to expand our reach and impact around the world. So really exciting work there. With lots of potential growth opportunity. Just shows kind of the diversity of things that we're doing right now with great success. And speaking of having impact, around the world, I want to invite Lahant up on the stage. And apologies if I didn't pronounce your name correct, but Lahant just is the CEO of All Virtual and just ran a pretty incredible event around the world in a VirBELA private campus. So I want to give him an opportunity to share a little bit about that event.
Well, thank you, Alex, and I'm very honored to be here with all of you. What we have lived in the 2 past months has been terrifying. We have started by the cancellation of our event 2 months ago. 1 year of job, 1 year of pain of our teams. And it's a big event because Laval Virtual is the most important event for virtual reality and augmented reality in the world. It's more than 300 exhibitors. It's almost 20,000 people coming to the exhibition. There is 3 professional days, two general public days, and on the 7th of March we had to cancel the event. 2 days later, because we are Laval Virtual, because we are dealing for 22 years with virtual reality, we said no, we must absolutely virtualize our event. And we have a very strong survey department. We had 40 platforms in our base, and we have asked our community throughout the world. 60% worked to benchmark all the platforms, and at the end, we have chosen VirBELA. Because it was the one who fit better with what we wanted to do. We wanted to have the full conferences tracks maintained. We wanted to have an award ceremony. We wanted to maintain all the networking that we had in the reality. And also we wanted to have something very convivial. It means with a lot of sympathy between the people, and VirBELA was the one who was the best for us. And we did an incredible event with 11,000 people registered. We had 6,600 avatars created, and at the peak of presence of people, we had 1,300 people at the same time in Laval Virtual World, because we have created a new world. The name is Laval Virtual World. And what is interesting is that we will maintain this world open after the event. We have a lot of questions and a lot of things to do with this virtual world all year long. So this will remain open for the VR AR community that we are gathering together in our events. The next event that we will do is the VR Days in Amsterdam. It's in November, and this event will be hybrid. We will hybrid virtual experience with physical experience, and what I do believe is that because of COVID-19, we all have understood that we need solution like that to be resilient, to be able to convert a physical event in virtual event.
Cool.
So what I can say is that we need to applaud the team of VirBELA, because they did a very, very great job. And we have many ideas to develop business on this. We have already, I have heard that you have a lot of new words in preparation for clients. We have on ourselves already 3 or 4 demands for that, and I'm sure that we will continue to find a lot of clients for VirBELA. It's a great experience. We have all enjoyed. People was very happy and very amazed to experience something very close to the reality. So thank you to the team, and thank you for the great job we did with RG and Alex. And I hope that we will continue for a while together.
Absolutely. We certainly hope so as well. It's been a great start of a hopefully long partnership. Your team did such an amazing job running the event. As Mitch and his team will attest, running events in the virtual world is just as much work, if not more work, than running events in the quote-unquote real world. So hats off to your team. What a great attendance. What a great event for such short notice, and way to show grit and pivoting to virtual. Certainly well aligned with your mission. And thanks for joining us here today. Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Hey, and Alex, there was another big event in here too, right?
They're in a big event coming. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, there big events coming, going, happening.
Yeah, lots of stuff happening. Tough to keep track. But if we go to the next slide, we also formed a strategic partnership with a group called Event Farm, who's been running some events in a VirBELA private campus as well. Excited, this Friday, they're actually hosting their first mini music festival. They're going to have live performers up on the big screens performing in 3 or 4 different stages around their campus. This is going to be a paid ticket event, so you can check it out. We'll find the link and put it in the text chat here. But just shows a different use case of VirBELA that we haven't seen yet before, and excited to move into this place. Yeah, and maybe even in a different sense, if we go to the next slide, if you want to watch it in virtual reality, we haven't led with virtual reality, but now we're happy to say you can get into this world with an Oculus Rift or an HTC Vive. So if you want the fully immersive experience, it's available. And we're going to continue to push access of VirBELA from mobile to fully immersive VR, and really be an inclusive environment regardless of the device that you're on. So as we continue to grow and scale our team, there'll be different great united user experiences from all of these different devices, and we think it's going to have some big impact for our users around the world.
Yeah, I noticed that there was even a VR users group that to some extent was developing organically on our VirBELA workplace, where we've got users that are literally writing sort of manuals on how to use even our current version of VR for presenting and doing different things in here. So there is a small section. I think the only one of about a very 50 people actually will log in on VR in any given month that have PCs, and that's across just in the larger ecosystem beyond VirBELA. But there is it is a group that we want to make sure that we honor and continue to build out for. So excited about that.
Yeah. It was interesting. I actually had an interview in my VirBELA office last Friday with an engineer, and he showed up in VR. It was quite the experience.
Oh, very cool. And there's tons of people using this for work. And I know the next slide we just touch on the various different products that are available for folks in VirBELA, and maybe we can just touch on the 4 different elements that people can participate in.
Yeah, in the Slido that we did a little while ago to take the poll, to see community come up as the largest voted item is so aligned with our goal at VirBELA. VirBELA, it's about people, it's about the collaboration, it's not about software, right? We're people focused, people first. I'm an organizational psychologist, I'm not a software developer. We think about people, and VirBELA needs to be a great place for collaboration, for work, for events, and for education. So we have different products to allow people to come in and experience the benefit at different scale. We talked a little bit about the Open Campus, which is free to download. Anyone in the world can come in, and it's becoming quite the populated environment with social events happening and education events happening, much like that happened here in eXp world. In Open Campus, you can purchase a team suite. They start as $100 a month for $10 a month, no long-term commitments, and teams can start to incubate and grow inside the VirBELA Open Campus until they're ready for a private campus, kind of like eXp World, where they can get their own private branded worlds for their whole organization. So we're just seeing literally hundreds of these started up in the last couple of months, and so excited to see, and can't wait to see how many of them grow, just the way eXp Realty has grown. Our hope is that we have hundreds, if not thousands, of case studies to talk to about how companies have grown in the VirBELA campus, just like eXp has. Certainly a big part of the vision.
And one thing I've been hearing, a continual theme of users, and it's not just one, it's been multiple users that they are now rethinking whether they're going to go back to their physical leases and how they can get rid of their physical leases, because the engagement in VirBELA has to some extent been as good, or in some cases better, than actually going to an office. Maybe it's for logistics reasons. Maybe it's because they're a geographically distributed organization. Maybe it's the commute time, and then the ability to sort of collaborate effectively from anywhere at any time. It's just been pretty cool to see.
Yeah, so exciting, and again, the diversity and the types of people and companies that are engaging are quite interesting as well. Again, I mentioned a church to a support group to Big Four consulting firms to large technology firms. I used to get surprised by this. I've learned not to anymore, but pretty incredible, and excited to watch this community grow and see a lot more use cases and big wins.
Awesome.
We can have huge impact.
No, we've got, we also brought over from the eXp side of the house, just in the last month or so, we brought over Ted Latz and some other folks in numerous different areas, but Ted has recently stepped in to head up our VirBELA events and our VirBELA affiliates program. So, hey Ted, are you here? It looks like I'm seeing you on stage here.
I am. Thanks, Glenn, for mentioning that. Yeah,
looks like you're talking, so hopefully everybody can hear.
Exciting things happening right now in the event side and on the sales affiliate side. So yeah, a few things on the event side. What's really fascinating, I think you've heard this, a few different people say this already this morning, is the global interest in what is going on just at VirBELA. And I think I saw Sam Silver post in the chat there that, just hearing about this right now is like drinking from a fire hose. And, the funny thing is I mentioned, I messaged Glenn last night and said that, scaling a team at the same time of drinking from a fire hose is what we're doing right now. And it really is fascinating. But just share, a little bit, a story, that came to mind. I had someone recently from Canada introduce me to someone from Portugal, who then wanted to introduce me to a company out of Brazil for an event. And so around a table in the VirBELA Open Campus, we literally had 3 different people from 3 different countries, talking about an event actually from 4 different countries, talking about an event in Brazil. So it's just fascinating to see how quickly VirBELA is going global. And, when you think about it from an event standpoint, how many events globally have been canceled, whether, they're smaller events, 50, 60 people event, but what we're seeing a lot of are, events in the thousands of people reaching out to see what we have available. And even more so, what we're seeing are event planners that are reaching out to us because they have so many clients that they need to find a solution for. And so it's fascinating to see, how many different events are out there and reaching out to us from so many different countries globally. So exciting things happening on the event side.
Thanks, Glenn. Ted, excuse me. Super excited to have you on the team and run this part of the business. For agents or others who might be interested in helping sell VirBELA, can you talk a little bit about the affiliate program?
Yeah, will do. So the affiliate program, pleased to announce that we're launching the Sales Affiliate 2.0 program right now. So announcing that. And what that provides is we have created a new dashboard that really provides earnings transparency for any agents that
Still there, Ted?
You lost Ted.
I lost Ted.
Okay, well, hopefully everybody got a little bit of a chance to hear a little bit about the affiliate program.
Is that better? Am I back?
You're back.
You're back.
Nope.
You can hear you. May have just lost Ted again. So between the affiliate program and events, pretty exciting to see all the things that are going on. And for eXp agents and brokers, you'll be able to sort of take advantage of the affiliate program. We have the workplace group that's available in Workplace. And then obviously, if you're a VirBELA customer, you can get added to the affiliate program as well. So super excited and about that. So Alex, should we talk about Frame VR?
Yeah, we should absolutely talk about Frame. Do we have Gabe Baker here with us? Gabe, are you here?
I see his avatar. So for those of you who, Gabe's getting up here. Oh, there he is.
Hey
Gabe,
guys, can you hear me?
we can hear you. Awesome. Can you hear us, Gabe?
Cool. I'm having some audio issues myself, but I'm going to talk in hopes that you all can hear me. Super excited to chat about Frame today. I'm going to try to keep it quick. As though I think everyone on this stage knows, it's difficult to shut me up about this as soon as I get started because I'm so excited about it. But I'm going to dive into kind of what is Frame, why Frame exists, and where Frame is now. So Frame is an experimental beta product that we're building at VirBELA. It has some similarities to VirBELA. It's a platform that lets people come together in a 3D environment and interact. While it doesn't support nearly the kind of scale that VirBELA can, this kind of hundreds, thousands of users at once, it does have some other strengths. For one, it runs right from a web browser and works on PC, Mac, Chromebook, mobile, and every major VR headset. It also lets users import a wide range of content, including 360 photos, 3D models, and you can kind of create immersive presentations, sort of like a 3D PowerPoint. So why does Frame exist? Well, we launched Frame for a few reasons. In some ways, Frame is an R&D, kind of a labs branch within VirBELA. We wanted to develop more in-house expertise related to immersive web technologies and networking on the web. We do expect a lot of this stuff to eventually find its way into the core VirBELA platform in some fashion down the road. In the meantime, we wanted to be able to provide a solution in the short term for leads that came to us who had hard requirements for full 3D experiences on mobile or standalone VR headsets like the Oculus Quest. Finally, we also wanted a place to experiment with other features that might address other use cases that VirBELA currently doesn't yet try to address, and as such be a complementary offering to VirBELA's core product. I strongly believe that Frame could have legs on its own right as a monetizable offering down the road. So finally, where is Frame? So we launched the Frame open beta in early January, and we've had 1,800 users create accounts to try the beta, which we're just thrilled about. People have connected to multi-user frames close to 30,000 times. We've brought Dan Sinney, one of the leading experts on 3D on the web, to VirBELA, and we're adding another member to the team soon so that we can accelerate the product and take it out of beta in late 2020 or early 2021. As a quick sampling of our users, we have a community of teachers in France who use it for distance learning with their students, artists who create immersive art galleries for their audiences, businesses who use it to interact with 3D models or 360 photos of products and properties, and even a few daring eXp agents who are beta testers who use it for team meetings. We have a massive update coming later this week or early next week with more robust avatars, better webcam screen share features, and a gorgeous outdoor theater environment that we're super excited to share with you. I encourage you to try it out at framevr.io and reach out to me for a personal tour if you'd like. I'm at gabe@framevr.io. Frame is just getting started, and we can't wait to show you where it's headed. Thanks all.
Thanks, Gabe. Really impressive stuff, and it just highlights the diversity of these collaborative technologies that we're investing in right now, and seeing where different pieces fit together, and knowing that it's a global growing market that we have a great lead on and want to continue to have that lead and challenge ourselves to think in new and different ways and uncover pain points and think how they all come together. Just feel so blessed to have such smart, incredible people on the team pushing and innovating. It's so fun to be a part of. I feel like
how big is the VirBELA team now?
I think we're around approaching 60, maybe still a little under 60.
62. Brian Reese for the win.
Yeah, I can't keep up. So I said a little under 60, and Brian's correcting me that it's 62, and I certainly trust his number a lot better than my own. So, very humbling to start this thing, to see it come, and certainly with your help, Glenn, and blowing this thing up. I have a feeling it's just the start.
Yeah, and one comment about Frame. Frame answers a real big need that I've talked about for quite a number of years. And it's really since what was called WebGL, and so it stood for Web Gaming Language. But it sort of started to get some legs underneath of it around 2012, 2013, and there was a bunch of stuff that was out there. Babylon JS, I think 3, I think was another one. There's a bunch of different sort of development tools for doing this. But what I'd always imagined was being able to literally walk into an agent's office from the web without ever having to step foot in a physical office or to actually have to download any software or anything. And that's what Frame VR represents. It's the ability literally from a link on a screen, or even embedding, because I think, Gabe, you've talked about embedding a frame in a existing web page where you can walk into a room on the web and have a conversation. So it could be with real estate, could be with mortgage, could be with title and escrow, it could be with any number of professional services that are information-driven services, and be able to literally walk in off the web. Where VirBELA is an enterprise-level platform that is, really built on one of the most significant gaming platforms out there. It still requires a download. Frame VR doesn't require a download,